Viewers, let me welcome you back to this platform. The topic for this episode is self-defense in criminal law. We hear people talk about self-defense almost all the time. People usually claim that they acted in self-defense, they caused harm in self-defense, they killed in self-defense. I want to tell you about self-defense and what the law says about it. Now, in criminal law, everyone has the right to defend himself or herself when there is an attack on the person. If somebody attacks you, if an aggressor attacks you, somebody pounces on you or somebody causes harm to you, you have the right in law to act back to defend yourself. Self-defense is one of the justifications in criminal law. When I say justification, what I mean is that if you're able to defend yourself by applying some force or causing some injury to the aggressor, the law does not punish you. You are exempted from liability, or you say that your actions are justified. Now, let me tell you that it is not every time that a person claims to have acted in self-defense that the law will allow it. So you have to know the requirements and the principles governing self-defense. Now, self-defense is when somebody is causing harm to you or somebody is trying to kill you and you try to prevent the person from continuing with his force or with his injuries or with his attempt to kill you. So you don't allow the person to kill you. The law gives you the right to protect yourself. But you have to know that self-defense is a shield and not a sword. What I mean by self-defense is a shield and not a sword is that before you apply force in self-defense, you have to know that you are only defending yourself and you are not offending. You are defending and not offending. So you try to prevent someone else or the aggressor from attacking you or killing you or causing further injuries to you. Now, let me distinguish self-defense from revenge or retaliation. When you retaliate, it is not self-defense. Or when you act in revenge, it is not self-defense. Now, this is the scenario. When somebody causes harm to you or tries to hit you, and after hitting you, you run after the person to hit back, this is retaliation or revenge and not self-defense. Now, before you can claim self-defense, certain requirements must be met. Certain requirements must be met. The first is that the offense or the force being used on you must be continuing. It must be continuing. It must be existing. It must not have stopped. So that when somebody hits you with a stick and runs away, the force used on you has ended. So you cannot run after the person and hit back and claim self-defense. No, that will be revenge or retaliation. So before you act in self-defense, you ensure that the force being applied to you, the injury being caused to you, is continuing or is in the process. It is ongoing. So the person is beating you, giving you blows, left, right. The law allows you to use every reasonable means to stop the person from causing further harm or giving you further blows. So don't wait for the person to finish his action before you act. That will not qualify as self-defense. Now, the next thing you should know is that self-defense only allows you to apply force as a reaction or a response. As a reaction or a response. What it means is that you cannot go and first use force on somebody and say you are defending yourself. No. Before you use force in self-defense, there must be an existing force being applied to you so that you are acting by way of reaction or response to the aggressor. And the next important thing is that the force that you are using in self-defense must be necessary. Necessary in the sense that when somebody is causing harm to you or applying some force to you that is harmful or hurtful, the circumstances of the case must make it necessary that you act back. There are times when people claim they acted in self-defense, but the court will tell you that looking at the circumstances, it wasn't necessary for you to have acted the way you did. You would be denied the right to apply force in self-defense. And the last important thing is that the force you use in self-defense must be proportionate. Must be proportionate to the force that the aggressor is applying. That means that in self-defense, the law does not allow you to apply excessive force. When somebody comes to hurt you with a stick, you cannot go and pick a gun and say you are defending yourself. Or when somebody slaps you, you cannot use a knife to stab the person and say you are defending yourself. The force being used and the force being used in defense must be proportionate. This is self-defense. Thank you.